when that trumpet sound, boy, you don't wanna miss out. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in the Lord or you out the Lord. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in the Lord or you out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All praise.
We good, y'all.
Praise the Most High. All praise the Most High. Yahuwah is on the outside. Yahushua HaMashiach. When it come to y'all today, it's like Shabbat Shalom.
Wow.
We're just gonna get into this thing. You know, we're just gonna get straight to the script, straight to the message. Me and Aki, Yediah. How you doing today, Aki?
Bless.
Praises. So Most High, man, the same way. We've been fortunate to be able to do a lot of kingdom work thus lately. I want to shout out to everybody that was at F3 at the French Duck Family Fest down in Georgia. We had a wonderful time gathering with the crews down there. It was just a lot of love. And shout out to everybody, all the Israelites just worldwide, the 12 tribes worldwide that's just doing this kingdom work. Big homie Yurt, they out in Chicago today. They got their events going on and things like that. So, you know, all praises to the Most High for the awakening and allow our brothers to be able to put these things together for the kingdom work to keep going forward. Today's topic, if you will, is going to be focused on long suffering. But we know that we are in a time and an age and a place in history where, first of all, it's been prophesied. Second of all, you know, we actually having to live through this. And in the middle of trying to do kingdom work, which we equate to kingdom work as anything that is for the kingdom of Yahuwah, for the betterment of our people, right? So we know that this book that we abide by to the best of our abilities is a tool and it's a measuring stick and it is a guidance to us, right? So this is how we are guiding our lives, but we know this is an ancient text. And for many people coming to the awakening, they may not find themselves in this text that easily, right? You're in this text, you're in the writings, but you may not see yourself in the writings. So that is our job. That's what we're sent to do, right? Is to show you in the book. And there's examples in the book of the messengers doing the same thing. They were doing the same thing that we're doing today in the book. So once you're able to see that, then you're able to relate, or you're able to, you know, guide your life better, because you're saying, okay, well, look, I got the manuscript, I got the blueprint. That's why we talk about the blueprints of life, right? But if we have the GPS, then we know where to go, where to turn. It might be a road closure, it might be a slowdown in traffic, but that don't mean you're not going to get through it. So that's what we're here to do today, and we're going to speak about long suffering. You got anything you want to add?
These Babylon streets.
These Babylon streets.
Babylon streets. let's just kick it off. We're gonna get straight to it. We're gonna tie everything in to like the current events, everything that's going on in real time. We're gonna tie it all in together.
For sure. All praises. So let's jump into, I'm coming out to see first. Let's jump into the book of Galatians. At chapter 5. We're in the book of Galatians at chapter 5. And let us start at about verse. Let's start at about verse, what you think, 14, I'll give you.
Yeah.
Let's jump up a little bit. Let's start about verse. Let's start verse 1 for real. I like to start verse 1. But we're talking about long suffering, right? And like we said, we know we're talking to a select group of people. We know we're talking to, because like I always like to say, you know, if you just know it all, you know, maybe this ain't for you. You camped out of your mind. Maybe you're just too advanced for this. This might not be the class for you, right? But we are speaking to the lost sheep. You know, if you get something from this and you're so advanced, you know, all praises. We're here for the edification, but we're not here to debate. We're not here to really, you know, go back and forth. We just want to come straight out the word and get what the Most High have for us out of that. So we're in the book of Galatians, and that is in your New Testament, so-called. And we at chapter 5 at verse 1. It says, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Mashiach. So in your Bible, you may see Christ. We know in the Hebrew, it is Mashiach, which simply means anointed one, right? The anointed one has made us free. So the Mashiach has made us free. And be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. So what is the yoke of bondage? The yoke of bondage is going contrary to what the Most High has prescribed us. So let us not be entangled. Remember the entanglement with Will Smith and Jada?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that was an entanglement. Don't be entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Behold, I, Paul, or Shaul, set forth as concerning you, except the Mashiach was circumcised, none of ye benefit. For I testify again to every man that is circumcised that he is a debtor to the whole Torah, or the whole law, removed by Mashiach. For whosoever in Torah is so justified, grace has no effect. So if you are betting your whole life in salvation on just following the Torah as prescribed as offering the physical things, right? Offerings, circumcision, you know, even getting immersed in water. All of these things are outward expressions of a spiritual, deeper context or meaning. All of these things are foreshadows, right? Not saying we shouldn't do these things, right? But this is not the end all, here all. We also have to deal with the context of the heart. We got to deal with this, when you talk about circumcision of the flesh, we know that's dealing with your privy part. But we got to circumcise our ears. We got to circumcise our hearts. So there's a spiritual connotation to everything that's being put forth in the Torah. Verse 5.
Hold on. Let me break that down for people who won't understand, because like there's an audience out here like, I can hear you, but I don't understand what you're saying. Because there's a lot of people that don't understand the scriptures because they're still in their carnal mind. So for the people who don't understand, like, we come from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So we can't keep doing all the stuff that we normally do. Like, hey, bro, what's up? Let's go out here. Let's go to the club. Let's get lit. Let's do this. What up? You feel me? That is following your carnal mind. You're not a carnal person. You're a spiritual person, but you only see yourself in the flesh. Nobody's taught you that you're a spiritual person. There's another side to you that's telling you to do things a different way. You don't listen to that side. You may call it, man, my gut told me this. My intuition told me that. That is the voice of the Father dealing with your consciousness, telling you to do things the right way. Do things the right way. Stop doing what you want to do, because what you're doing is not benefiting you. That's self-destruction. So when I could say the circumcision of the flesh or the foreskin, what we was doing to prove ourselves in obedience to the Father's requiring that from the inside of us. Cleaning out the inside of that cup. Making sure that the real you, the inner man, is stand up and righteous before the Most High. Not just a physical thing. We could rock fringes, we could rock chains, and still be demons. We could do 1,000 things under the sun to appear to be righteous, but if our heart ain't real about what we confess, it's all in vain. But yeah, sure.
Hit that Genesis chapter 1:27 real quick.
You stay with you out. Genesis 1, chapter 27. So the Most High created man in his own image. And the image of the Most High created he him. Male and female created he them. Break that down.
We just tearing off of what you were saying about us being the flesh of the Most High, and how we not supposed to look at ourselves as high and mighty, because we not the creator. So we must serve the creator that created us.
Hallelujah.
I'll just touch on that a little bit. It say, so Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them. Let me see one thing. But we know that the Most High is a Ruach, right? I'll find that. It'll let us know that the Most High is actually a Ruach. This is John chapter 4 and 24. Book of John chapter 4 and 24, it's a God, or Elohim is a spirit or a Ruach. So the word spirit in the Hebrew is Ruach. And it says that he created us in his image, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So that's what he seeks from us. He seeks from us to worship him in spirit and truth. And how you worship him? With your lifestyle. So like Aki said, we can't keep doing the same things that we was doing and think that we pleasing the Most High if we haven't had to change. The whole thing that everybody's scared about, anytime they say Israelite come up, we was down south and we was going to get something to eat, and they seen us fringed up or whatever, and the dude said, some Israelites. Aki was like, yeah, we Israelites. He said, oh, Lord.
Put his head down.
He put his head down. He was confounded. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, man, because y'all getting on my top. And, you know, some Israelites is out there more stern than others, right? But the thing is, you've been called to repentance. And that's what people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that kind of change, right? That's why it's hard for the family members to accept that you have taken on a different path, because if I acknowledge that cousin is right, my uncle is right, my brother, my whoever, my father, my sister, then that means I'm wrong about something that I'm doing in my life. I need to change, and change come with it's uncomfortable. So just as it's uncomfortable to get your flesh circumcised, it's gonna be uncomfortable uncircumcising that mindset.
And that's the critical moment. That's the critical moment for you. Because that's the point of humility. Without that humility, it is certain death. When we get to that stage, to that crossroad, dang, I got to confess that on everything I believed in is a lie. Everything I was taught was wrong or whatever. All these traditions I gotta break. That is a critical moment. Because at that point, at that level, you finna choose whether humility finna rule your life or whether pride finna rule your life. Because if I have to confess before everybody that I was wrong and I failed to be a man, to be a leader, to be whatever, I'm gonna look bad in the eyes of the people. But if I walk in this pride, it's certain destruction. So like the critical moment is really an easy choice. You see what I'm saying? It's really easy because I need to destroy this pride, this image that I created for myself. I need to kill this image before this image kills me. It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? So at that crossroad, humility is your friend.
Sure.
Your own humility will save your life.
A good soldier can take correction and knows how to humble that pride. Like you got the drill sergeant in your face, calling you maggot, you know, and telling you to buck up. And you just got to sit there and take that. You can't go against your superior, but this is how they create soldiers. So that's what we're really speaking to today. We're speaking about the refining of your mind. And when that happens, everything gets remade over, right? Your health will be better. Your no anxiety on you. And not saying you ain't human and certain things won't come upon you from time to time. But like we said, you got the manuscript, you got the blueprint. And also, what you're building is a brotherhood. The commandments and the Torah command us to gather. So we're building a family and a bond and a brother and a sisterhood that now you have a support system. So all of these things are right here in front of us, right? And as he said, he created us in his image. And what kind of image is he? He's a spirit. So everything is in a spiritual first. So tend to your spiritual first before you get caught up on this flesh. So anytime you hear say carnal, we're talking about your physicality, your flesh, and you can also have a carnal mind, meaning you're just chasing a bag. You're chasing things of this world. You know, you don't care how you had to get the money. You just care that you got the money. Some of these rappers don't even let their children listen to their music. But that shows you something, right? Why can't I show you daddy's occupation? Because back in the day, you followed in the footsteps of your father's occupation. So, there's something wrong when I can't even show you my occupation on how we able to live this lavish life because I don't even agree with what I'm doing to provide for you.
That's just like Jeezy telling us to stay in the tribe. But you got your son in a prestigious college.
And what he wear?
What do that make sense at? Like, look at what we follow. You know what I'm saying?
Follow.
The culture. We doing it for the culture. The black culture is a death culture. Whether you want to accept it or not, the black culture is a death culture. The Father teach us to stand up for the poor and the righteous. The streets tell us we bet not snitch. So you can come kill my child and I bet not say nothing. How do that work? How do that work? How do that work? We say we believe in God, but we move against him in all our actions. All our actions move against him. We'll go out here and murder each other. We'll go out here and throw all this money on our women for them to strip naked and say we love this. Like, how do that work? How do you love God? Like make that make sense to me. Or we have to accept that our culture is death. It's one or the other. Indianapolis should not have to have a police chief. We know the police out here killing us. They don't have to tell us to care about us. We should already know that. But we love the death culture. We love it. We want nobody to stand up and be upfront and righteous about believing in the Father. The Father's not teaching us to live like that. Stand up for the poor. If a little baby just yesterday, 2, 3 years old, just got shot, nobody ain't gonna say nothing. The mama was in agreement with the death culture before the child got shot or whatever. This is our state of mind. Don't snitch. Don't say nothing. Don't do whatever. That ain't the way of the Father. Stop saying I believe in God and you know you don't. All your actions say otherwise. You don't move in the spirit of the Most High. I'm gonna go back. Let me read that. Genesis 1 and 2. And the earth was out without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. Let me read that again. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. Y'all, the waters. The people is the waters. The Spirit of Yah have to move upon you because you in darkness. You void of understanding. You don't understand nothing and you upholding the culture is killing us. The Spirit of Yah have to move upon you because you is void of everything. And unless that Spirit move upon you, you're going to die in your sin. This is the real reality. We see what our children doing. The Most High have this long suffering for us. But grace is not something that you properly understand. The world grace is you got to the fifth to pay this light bill. If you don't pay it by the fifth, they cut you off. Understand what grace is. Grace ain't something that you could, it's not given to you for you to continue your way in your own destruction. You got a certain amount of time to get this right. We're cutting off the lights. Sure. Understand this, Israel. Understand this. This is not for play. This ain't the normal funeral where we going to where the pastor finna tell you that the Lord called him home. And you know what your child was doing. You crying to him, oh Lord, why me? You know what your child doing. Either you're going to get in this way to save his life, or you're going to do exactly what we doing. Staying out the way, letting them die, then asking the Lord why. You know why. You don't have to ask him. You know why.
And if it would be too hard, because it'd be an embarrassment to the parents that they child really didn't stain their name, you know. And sometimes you don't have nothing to do with that, but that's your child's action. But it's the truth though. So even if it's the truth, hey, look, my child messed up. I didn't teach him that way. Sure, he didn't. You know, Most High have mercy on his soul, but from the looks of it, he went out the wrong way. You know, we just gotta keep it real with ourselves. But I wanted to tap in on something you said when you were speaking about the waters being the people, so everybody can understand the lingo of the scriptures, right? So sometimes I think it's good what we do, because we got to scale back, right, or remember who we dealing with. So in the book of Revelation, chapter 17, which is the last book in the Bible, right, at verse 15. So when we said earlier, we spoke about things out of the law, which is in the Old Testament, right? In the Old Testament, those principles follow through the entire Bible and follow us right until now. We're still dealing, ain't no Old and New Testament really. But in the so-called Old Testament, those principles is the foundations that follow us all the way up until now. So it's the same thing. So the spirit of the Most High hovered above the water. Like he said, the waters are the people. Now we're in the book of Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 15. It says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So we're looking at the parables that the Bible is written in. So the parables are like bars, right? The Bible is written like a song. It's really written like a song, especially the book of Psalms. Metaphors.
Analogies.
Punchlines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All these things. So when they were saying these things, and that's why when they was looking at the Messiah, it was like he was cold with the words. Okay, he was the master teacher, is what they call him. So he's like the GOAT, as y'all would say, on the mic. Okay, I'm just trying to break it down to where you understand.
For the Babylon
For the
street.
Babylon streets. So that's why you got to see yourself in the scriptures, because you're in the scriptures too. It's just, nobody say African American, because that's not even a thing, right? They said Yasharal or the Israelites. That is your lineage, okay? I'm going to jump back into Galatians, all right? Back in Galatians chapter 5, and you can Google everything we say. You know what I'm saying? You can Google the books. You can get you the app that we like to use is a Blue Letter Bible, DLB, in the App Store. You can get that. You can follow along. If you don't have a Bible, I recommend you do start getting your collection. You're going to get physical copies, because if something was to happen to the internet, what you going to do? Something was to happen to technology, what you going to do without the physical?
Hold on, let me break this down for these Babylon streets.
Yes, sir.
For these, because not only for the people that understand, but the people who don't understand, or the people who understand and go against what we teach. You feel me? If we don't have this physical book, even if we don't have this, the Most High has created nature. He has created everything around us so we can understand that He is, that He exists. Even if we don't have it, if we never read nothing in this book, we should understand what's natural just by what we see. Just by what we see. And we should understand that duality exists in all things, including inside of us. You see what I'm saying? We should not have to go to a building to find God and we the temple. We have to look inside of ourselves to understand good and evil. I'm not out here trying to, the way I was taught, oh, the devil this, God this. No, inside. Inside of me, what do God dwell? Inside of me, what do the devil dwell? It's inside. I'm not blaming somebody else for my own actions. If I made that choice and it was wrong, I'm accountable for that. The archangel did not even dispute with the adversary over the body of Moses. He didn't blame the adversary for nothing. Just rebuked him, took the body, smacked him out. Don't accuse nobody else for your actions. Be accountable for you. Be accountable for you. Then you will understand when we talk about long suffering. The Father had this for us, but understand it for yourself too. Have this for yourself. Have some long suffering for yourself. Don't, okay, yeah, you did it. After you take accountability, have some long suffering for yourself. Deal with yourself. Get over it. It's time to get up. Shake it off. It's time we move. We in war. We in war. And it starts with your own mind, your own thinking, the renewing of your mind. Renew your mind, your thought process. Once you do that, everything else will follow. When it say be born again, renew your mind.
Sure.
Change your mind. Change your mind on how you live. Change your mind on how you treating other people. It's okay to love. It's okay to hug me. It's okay for me to hug you. It's okay.
They done turned everything upside down though. You show love to your brother, man.
That nigga weak.
Yeah.
This is Babylon streets.
Yeah.
That nigga weak. He weak.
Mm-hmm.
He soft.
You tell your
Oh, he look.
you can tell your family you love. They look at you like he weird.
You with your
love is weird now.
you with your girl like oh he in them pants.
He a simp. You didn't love with your wife, you a simp. What?
These Babylon streets got you confused. You don't know how to be a man. You don't know how to be a woman. Look at she just chasing that nigga. She don't know they dogs. All of them dogs. Let's go to the scriptures and Revelations. And this for us brothers too. Because we talk about being dogs. We go through sorority, cute dog, all that. Let me show you what happened to the dogs. I'm gonna start Revelations 22. This is the end. This is the end. This is the end of the book. This is the end of the book.
Oh man.
You want Revelations 20? Truth, it don't matter. If you plan on going through them gates, you better be keeping some commandments, because without them, you're not going. That's for all of us. Me, you, it don't matter. They keep his commandments. 15. For without are dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Who finna be outside these days? You ain't going, nigga. You ain't going, woman. Oh, you not going. Hoes and niggas ain't going to the kingdom. It's telling you this right here. You're not going.
You know what I'm saying? What else is say? And sorcerers.
And sorcerers.
And whoremongers.
See what I'm saying?
That's a man whore.
Man hoe, woman hoe, ho. It don't matter. You ain't going. Man,
murderers.
Murderers. You killed this nigga for nothing. For real. You just had him. You was hating on him. He ain't even did nothing to you. He ain't even did nothing. She ain't even did nothing. You just took that life because you ain't like it.
Mm.
You didn't like them. Other people liked them.
Uh,
They were loved by other people. But you a dog. You, I'm that nigga. I'm him. What's the cheese? You him. Yeah. And you gonna be on the outside of the gate. Idolaters. Oh, y'all. Everybody that's what? You can put anything before the Most High. You are idolater. You are idolater. And we in the selfie generation too, man. We like this. Quick. We love us a self.
You know, the rollie, the chain. It could be the career. You know, people that put all this effort into the career. Which I got for sure. You know what I'm saying? Children.
Oh. Oh.
Children. We're doing it for the kids. We know Halloween's of the devil. We're doing it for the kids. You see what I'm saying?
And whosoever love it and make it a lie. Oh, hold on. Ooh, you're going to turn the truth into a lie and say, you saying it's traditional because my mama did it, because my daddy did it, because my grandma did it, because my granddaddy did it. Nigga, you a lie. I don't care what they did. They made you a lie. Now you making yourself a lie and teaching it to another generation. You are a liar. I was a liar. You see what I'm saying? This is what we did. This is what we do. They was keeping the kingdom away from us. Did they know they was keeping the kingdom away from us? 9 times out of 10, they didn't even know that. But we know now. We opened up the book for ourselves. The Father's Spirit moved upon us to awaken us out of this slumber, this sleep. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to all the brothers and the sisters out here doing this same truth. Because it's required, it's necessary. Because before this, in these Babylon streets, there were molestations, rapes, and murders in our own families. We all dealing with traumas from our own families. This ain't even coming from our enemies. This is coming from within. All this swept under the rug, bones and closets, and all this madness in these Babylon streets. We need healing. We need healing, Yashua. Black people, we need healing. White people, Asian people, Mexican people, Arab people, we need healing.
Right.
Trauma.
I got a couple for you. He's talking about what's gonna happen to the dogs, right? So for a dog, right, Proverbs 26:11, it says, "As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly." So you can even stop being a dog for a while and then return to your vomit. So that's what we call foolishness. So your folly is your foolishness.
Let me break this down for these Babylon streets. I'm out here selling dope. I get caught, go to jail, right? I'm locked up. I'm like,
When you in jail,
God, please, I need an early release.
hey, everybody in there, it'd be a whole different conversation.
Come on, man, like, let's be real. We talk to God in our trouble. We tell him, if you do this, I'm going to do this, right? Then, once the situation happens, you feel me? We get out and we return to the vomit. I go right back to selling dope. Now, look, I'm going to be honest. A lot of times, because how this beast system is built, and for years this happened. This is real. Not justifying none of our behavior, but this is real. if I got a felony, I can't get the job.
No.
I want to go. I don't want to go back to the vomit. But I got a felony. I gotta do it. So what am I to do? So how's we gonna answer these people?
And so part of that too, come back on the leadership, because as a nation of people, you know, us Israelites, church leaders, you know, the activist leaders in the community leaders, we should be able to go to us and govern ourselves. Like I said earlier, why we gotta go to a police leader? You know, so that is part of the benefits of coming into this way, is that, like we said, there's a brotherhood, right? And we should not be letting each other fall and stumble all over the place. We should be helping each other up, building each other up. Hey, I got a job for you. It might not be what you used to making, but sure, I got housework need done, yards need cut, you know, and you might even become an entrepreneur off of, you know, what look like a misfortune, right? So you don't know what the Most High have in store for you. But we should not be returning back to our own vomit. And that is where the long suffering come in, because it's gonna come with getting uncomfortable, right? And it's gonna come with crying. Now, all of these things that's happening, and Most High willing, we'll see later, is to get us to cry out. We gotta cry out to the Abba. We can't keep looking inwardly and thinking that we got all of the answers. We got to cry out to the Abba. We're going to go to the book of Ecclesiastes real quick.
We're not going to turn our backs on our own people. We got to get out of this thought of being personal all the time, even your relationship with the Father. You got to get out of the state of mind that they gave us. Like when we deal with God, everything is personal. And the reality is that the Most High deal with us collectively. When he sent the Israelites into captivity, they didn't want to spare. They had to go too. You feel me? Everybody had to go. So if the Most High dealing with us collectively, we should not why we, this is my relationship. Who is you to tell me God know my heart? Yeah, it is definitely wicked. We ain't gonna give it to that. That's why my brothers keep it. That was collective. And that's the beginning of the book. That's collective.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
Like you said, it do come to a point where it's like, it's a collective thing, right? So it's like, when we see our people out there not functioning correctly, then it's a stain on the nation, and it's a stain on our head. So that's why we're so passionate about the correction needs to come forward.
When they say, all of y'all, when they group us together, they ain't doing nothing wrong. The only people who have not grouped us together is us.
Yeah, we want to be
like, if all of us making money, right? I could blow $100 in a day, right? What if we take this $100 collectively and build and structure ourselves, even the brothers and the sisters that got felonies, we establishing something that we don't have to run to nobody. We let the spirit of God move upon us so we can move upon the people.
I agree with that. You know, I'll come back to it ain't no trust. It come back to ain't no trust. You don't know, I was hurt in the past. And you know, it's time, and just like you said, it's time for healing. It's time for healing, and it's time to reframe or revise what is, you know, to be considered popular or be considered cool or you know, whatever words y'all read the Riz. They got all these words, right? So, like we said, a fool, like a dog, return to his vomit, a fool return to his folly. But what up, fool? We using the same terminology that the Most High is condemning.
That's just like me. If turn to my vomit. Get back out of it. What up, folks?
What up, folks?
Almighty.
Yo.
What up, blood? What up, cuz? The Father saved me from self-destruction.
Now, what up, bro?
You see what I'm saying?
What up,
like, it's the same thing. We're tribal people. I'm not saying We tried. They took what they understood about us and set us against each other.
They just defile like what's in you really and what's in all of us is really, like you said, it's that nature. So it's a nature to be tribal. It's a nature for you to throw them folks up. But the problem is you represent the wrong tribe. You represent a worldly tribe.
Exactly.
You represent Satan's tribe.
It's okay for you to be tribal and protective and willing to go to war for righteousness.
For righteousness.
Not for money, not for power, not for the wickedness of women. None of that.
And all of them things that you want is going to come to you anyway once you get in your land, in righteousness. Everything that you desire, the Most High going to give it to you anyway. And He going to change your desires. You want it to snort dope. Now you want to eat sea moss.
To all the brothers that's in the streets, the Most High have not given us a spirit of fear. You can't be looking at this thing like, oh, they serve God, they weak. No, we not weak.
But that's how they
Don't ever believe that. Don't ever believe that. We not weak. We not. The Most High not teaching us to be fools.
Y'all was taught wrong. Y'all wasn't even really taught the Bible. Y'all was taught Christianity or Islam or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You was not even taught the Bible though. That's the whole thing. Somebody had it in front of you and was sweating with a rag and a tie on, and you thought that was the Bible. But that wasn't the Bible. They might have used a phrase out of it here or there, but they were teaching you a doctrine that came contrary from somebody's mind. The Bible is telling me, hey, He teaches my hands to war.
This is for all nations. And so you get into it with somebody, you got to learn conflict resolution. Killing is not the first option because you don't agree with somebody. That's not the first option. The option shouldn't even be on the table. Learn to be at peace with yourself. How do I resolve this? You feel me? Have some love. There is no law against love. No law. This is against love. You see what I'm saying? When we disagree with other nationalities, with bosses, with wives, spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, enemies, like conflict resolution. Have some strength about yourself. Quit trying to take the easy button and talk about the easy way out of this is to kill somebody. Have some guts and some look like, man up. You ain't always right. I ain't always right. Do that mean we supposed to die because we ain't always right? Yeah, I said something wrong to you. Yeah, you said something wrong to me. Do that mean we supposed to die? Yes, she cheated on you. Yes, you cheated on her. Do that mean you supposed to die? Yeah. Or can you resolve it? Can you have some understanding about yourself and resolve a problem? Show some strength. Get out your flesh and let the spirit of God move upon you to have mercy that you want Him to have on you.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse 1. It says, and this is what I was saying, we got to retrain our thought process, right? Because we over here thinking that it's cool to be a fool. But this ain't it. Because we say, I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't care what nobody say about me. You know what I'm saying? That's your reputation. It said, a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
We did again, huh?
It said, a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. So I know that's all a complete contradiction to what the world is telling us. But, you know, everybody want to celebrate their birthday for a month. But like we said, we in the selfie era, and the Satanists' highest holy day, Hella Day, is the birthday for them idolizing themselves. And it's a good name, because when you leave this earth, you want to leave a good name. You want your name written in the Lamb's Book of Life.
How we do that?
You gotta keep his commandments. And it says this in verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning.
Hold on. Let me reiterate that. He said, how you do that? Because I understand what you're saying, but we talking to an audience. So we'll be correct. Faith and Yahushua and keeping them commandments.
Well, how do I find that? How do I find that?
You're going to Revelations. Matter of fact, you can Google it.
I don't know how you
Don't
use Google.
believe me.
I don't know how you use Google.
Don't believe me. Google it.
Well, you know,
But without faith, everything we do is null and void. We do things because we believe. You feel me? This is what I believe. This is what I stand on. You see what I'm saying? Without works, what you believe is nothing. You see what I'm saying? What you believe is nothing if you ain't doing nothing about it. What are you doing about it? The first thing starts with self. Change your mind. Change your mind on your way of life. You feel me? It's okay to be wrong. What is not okay is to be wrong and do nothing about it. Stay wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's not okay. It's okay to be wrong. I was lied to. When the truth came to me, I was devastated. My whole world crushed. Oh, everything. Like, so when it said we finna be born again, everything we learned is out the window. We finna be born again. We have to relearn. It's okay. You didn't create that for yourself. You was born into that. Now that you know better, you can do better.
I want to answer or point to something that hopefully can help answer what I be saying. How do I find that? Right. They also speaking on what you can speak about with the love. It's in Matthew chapter 22 and 37. Matthew chapter 22 and 37 said, Yahushua said unto him, thou, look, let's go up a little bit. I'm going to go up to 34. It says, but when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahushua said unto him, thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. So he said, hey, that's how he answered. He said, man, you're going to love the Most High with everything you got. You got to love him. And love is an action word. In the Hebrew, it means ahab, which means to watch over your house very diligently. All right? So if you're watching over your house very diligently, that means you tending to your house. You tending to your home and all its affairs. So in a nutshell, there's a whole lot of action going on inside of love, right? It say, verse 38. It say, this is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So the first commandment is love the Most High, right? If you love somebody, are you going to do things that they tell you they do not like? You know what I'm saying? You leave the toilet seat up. She told you, hey, look, man, that's a big pet peeve of mine. He just put the toilet seat down. In this house, it's a rule to flush the toilet. Okay? You're not flushing the toilet, dog. Like, you know, you transgressing the rules of the house. So, like, that's how you show love to the Abba, just doing what he say. Hey, look, gather, you know what I'm saying, repent, don't kill each other, don't kill my creation. You're killing the creation of the Most High when you kill. Don't hurt my creation. It's hard. The second commandment, right, is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thy love my creation. Love on each other. So, you know, if you love the Most High, you're going to do the Torah things that he was telling that he put before us, right? So I know it's like 316 or 613 laws.
Let me touch on that very quick. Consolation and the renewing of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta stop allowing ourselves to just believe anything. We go into these churches tell us that things have changed and want us to accept that. We as mothers and fathers, our lifestyle don't even agree with that. We have children. We give our children instructions. Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. That's what we see and how we judge ourselves as loving parents or not loving parents. Why would God create all these people and not give them no instructions?
You just letting your children run wild.
I'm gonna let y'all do anything y'all want. I'm gonna send my son out of glory to come down there to y'all filth and then allow y'all to live any way y'all want. Somebody lying, bro. How do you sound right? I'm gonna send my son out of glory. He got position up here. He's gonna come down there, wash y'all feet, die for y'all, so y'all can do anything y'all want. Somebody lie. Somebody lie.
That's the biggest religion in the world. A third of the world believes in Christianity. If he deceived a third of heaven, you don't think that he could deceive a third of the earth too? Yeah. And it even deceived some of the elect, because a lot of us think Christianity before him. Right. But he says that.
Right. Somebody sleeping in my bed. Somebody lie.
And that's why it's crazy.
Auto-tune, not.
But once you start understanding the scripture, like you just got to get that little piece, like what it is, you just got to get that little piece first, and then that little piece is about to unlock a whole bunch of mysteries for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't have none of it right now. So you like, but once you get that little piece, it's going to expand. It's going to boom. You know what I'm saying? Then you hooked.
And I talked to a lot of different brothers and sisters that came into the truth. I ain't gonna say came into the truth, was woken up to it.
Sure.
Like, and it's different. This person just like Most High do differently with all of us. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it happens. It's that little spark. It's just that little spark that fire you up. Like,
I think a little flame to hit that all that frankincense through burning. Just a little flame to see how it smokes.
when I met my wife, I'm talking to her.
The Most High is in the heaven.
Yeah. I'm talking to her, and I'm telling her. First, I told her like, "Nah, I ain't gonna tell you right now. Give me a minute, and I'll talk to you." She came back. Tell me what this is. So I started explaining to her what this is. She said, "I might as well die. I might as well just die." You feel me? That's shocking all to understand that your whole reality. Your whole reality.
It was for me was the letter J's. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I want to have a Bible everywhere I go. So I downloaded this app. I downloaded the Bible app. It just said KJV on it. It said King James Version of the Bible. Okay, I know what King James is. I'm going to church every Sunday. I'm on it. You know, Joel Osteen out here. And so I downloaded this app, and it said KJV. And it had like 17, whatever year that was 1791 on it. It had 1611 under that. I'm like, okay, they got two different versions in here or something, right? And so, you know, I'm looking at the 17. I'm like, okay, this is what I grew up with. You feel me? That's cool. That's cool. And I'm like, what's the 1611 about? Opened it up. They got way more books, but I knew, I said, okay, so I already heard that they got more books that they took out, so this must be the books they took out, right? And it had a section that said the Apocrypha. So I'm like, okay, that's the other books they took out. I didn't even trip. When I clicked on it though, they didn't have no J, right? So everything that said J had an eye on it. I started busting out laughing. I thought it was a bunch of typos. I said, I'm just breaking holding my stomach. I'm rolling. I'm like, I said, but I know one place they got it right. Went to Matthew Jesus. Who is that? So I'm sitting there looking at, I'm like, nah, wait a minute, something going on. But this other version in the same, it got everything. It got JSU all through that thing. I'm like, so something going on. So that's what sparked me to really start seeking. And I couldn't go to sleep until I figured that thing out.
And well, hey, to all the Hebrews out there, there's one thing, like, we know long suffering is a fruit of the spirit, but we gotta be grateful, right?
Sure.
I don't want to be attacking Christians, but that ain't my job. Because I was there. You see what I'm saying? I honestly didn't know. And then I was like, I would defend what I was taught. I would defend what I was talking. That's what it was taught to. That's what it
It's
was.
for real. Everything that you learn in the church ain't wrong. So we're not saying that at all. Everything you learn in the church ain't wrong. You agree with that?
I agree.
I mean, and like he said, you know, sometimes it's just they don't know. Like my grandmother and them, they was for real about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, they was having pork on the stove. They didn't understand that part of the instructions. But now we have that part on us we know certain things. Even David said, he said, I know more than my ancients. He said, I know more than the ancients, than my ancestors, before I kept your precepts.
The blind man is without sin. So we're not the Most High. We're not the judge of these people. He's going to judge his own creation. But a blind man is without sin. Now, whatever the Father going to forgive them for, have mercy for them, that's his judgment.
Sure.
But we not going to get away with that. Because we say we know. And to whom we say who he know, the sin is on him if you do it. You see what I'm saying? We saying we know better, so we better act like and walk accordingly like you know better. Because if I'm telling you, I know that God tell me not to eat this, and guess what I shouldn't be doing in public? Or guess what I should be doing? So I say I know. You see what I'm saying? If I say that we Yasharek, right? And the commandment tell me to love.
He said, don't be over English genealogy.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be out here. I don't care what religion that they in out there. I'm still gonna have compassion, empathy, and love for them. You see what I'm saying? Because I was them. You see what I'm saying? I was them. And I got to tell the people last week, I don't want y'all coming chopping off my head. So why I'm gonna do it to them? They don't know, bro. It's our job to be the light, not to go to destroy them, to cut them and like, ooh, I cut them. Nah, that ain't humility. You ain't grateful. You was them. You was them 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. You was them.
That's why I worry about, I'm very particular about how I try to introduce somebody to this truth, or even just on everyday how you walk your life out. Because people are watching, you are a representative of the kingdom.
Absolutely.
So let me get through a couple of these verses that we started out this week to close them out. We was in Ecclesiastes. We was in 7, and I'm gonna pick up at 2. It say it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. You see how it's flip side, but this is one of them books in the Bible. This is one of them chapters which is very sobering. Because it's telling you it's better to go into the house of mourning than to go in the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men. He said, this is where you're gonna end up. Everybody gonna end up getting buried.
Yeah.
It says, and the living will lay it to his heart. So the living is going to really consider that. So I'm reading this stuff right before I get to some back here. It says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness of the countenance of the heart is made better. So, like, once you go to that funeral, you sitting there looking at your loved one, you like, dang, that was good people, but they might have had this issue or they might have had that issue. Like, did they clean that up? Did they get that? Like, you want to believe everybody, made it to paradise, but it's always that. But it is. But then you start self-reflecting.
And we address that in that Revelation 22.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep the new commandments.
Man,
That you may have right to the tree of life and enter into the city.
and then even for us who claim to be keeping the commandments, or who is keeping, did you fall short? Did you slip up? Is that gonna be forgiven? You start really considering. I got tighten up.
Right? That's what Christ do. Christ, when you follow Christ,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta tighten up.
You gotta tighten up.
Because it was once I pour out. I don't want y'all doing that.
It was once. Hey, look, I've seen basically, your sacrifices is I'm paying it off. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying it off. I got the bread, boom, they're gonna bullet. I ain't following like you, but I got a couple turtle doves.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, but now it comes the discipline, the self accountability. Now it's like he's trying your hard. Damn, why do you even think that, though, bro? You see what I'm saying? It's not even what you said about our kids, what you thought about our kids unjustly. Verse 4, it said, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. So we talk about the house of mourning, we talk about the house of death. It said, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. They hug. They in the house party, they turned up. The fools are out there really living it up, living their best life, so to speak, right?
YOLO.
YOLO.
Only live once.
And they only live once because in their resurrection, they got eternal death to answer to. See, that's the difference. They say YOLO.
They
We say YOTO. Right.
They
We go twice.
Yeah. Yoto.
And it's the black culture, the deaf culture.
The death culture.
I'm gonna tell you in public what it is. We in the tribe. Where you at? I'm in the tribe. What is the tribe?
You get slaughtered.
And we say
Can't
this,
get out.
and we accept this like come on.
Yeah. It's sad, man. And that's just the culture, though. The culture is turning the negative and slander into the trend. You know what I'm saying?
And then we'll turn around and we'll accolade ourselves called this type of genre, black excellence.
Twerking, all kind of genres.
We award ourselves with it.
Yeah. Man, let me go in this first 4. It said the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. All right, here's what I really want to look at. Verse 5, it said, it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise. Right? So don't take it personal. Take it personal, but don't take it to heart, so to speak. Why is our key always down my back? No, it's better to hear the rebuke of the wise, because if you were straightened up, he won't be down your back like this. It says, then for a man to hear the song of fools, and music is a big part of the culture, and it's all foolish. It's all foolish. So it would be better for you to turn off the radio, to not listen to no music, and listen to the messages all day. It would be way better for you to do that than to hear the song of fools.
Song of fools.
They're gonna return you back to your own Bible.
Let her bring something out in this Geneva Bible.
All right.
Same.
Okay. Okay, so So what we're coming out of now is the Geneva Bible, if y'all can see that. And this is the same verse we just read, right?
Hold it back up. Let me zoom in on it. Doc.
Can you see it?
Yeah, a little bit. All right, you put it down. Doc.
And it says this: anger is better than laughter, for by a sad look the heart is made better. The heart is that where I'm at?
Yeah.
The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth, yo. So the difference there is anger, right? What it say? At 5,
Yeah.
it said, no, I'm in the wrong. I'm all the way in a whole other book.
Fan on.
Nah. Okay, so it said it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise, right? But here it say anger is better than laughter. So many times it may seem like somebody is just being angry at you, coming down on you, but that's just a rebuke, right? That's just getting a rebuke, and rebuke is just correction. So don't take it to heart. Don't feel like, oh, you can't come back around when somebody corrected you. You might, I might not know. I kept the dishes right there. Hey, I next time put it in that cabinet, right? I ain't gonna not come around no more just because he corrected me.
Right. You're not a guest no more. You should know where it goes.
Correction is love.
That's right.
And the Most High correct the child he loves.
That's right.
And some of us get the opportunity when we self-destructing out here, we get an opportunity to go to the Department of Corrections. You see what I'm saying? Before we die, giving us an opportunity to save face before we die. A lot of us come out there like, I know, but I'm wild. I'm gonna do it smarter. Return to that vomit and check out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then a lot of the other brothers got to go back to the Department of Corrections. You feel me?
Keep getting refined up.
So, and it's there to sit you down so that the spirit of Yah really can move on you if you truly want him.
You ain't got nothing else to do. I know I read most of the Bible in jail. I had nothing else to do. I ain't no gambler like that.
But we'll come out and make fun and poke at that. I had a woman ask me, like, when you learn all this at in jail, baby, I ain't even been.
Jailhouse knowledge.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even been. You see what I'm saying? But that's how they look at us. Like, if we have anything to deal with wisdom, at some point they feel we had to be incarcerated to get this. Like, we won't freely choose the Most High on our own. We won't freely love our wives and our children on our own. We got to go through something in order to do what's right. Nah, that's a falsehood. A lot of us go through it, but all of us don't.
I was about to say, we are stiffing that. You have to live on 4 days.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying that I wasn't supposed to be in jail. I'm just saying I never got caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
We're gonna sit that one out. That was a good one.
So I'm gonna come back into Galatians.
All right, let me get there.
All right. I do believe it's been a good conversation, set the groundwork, because before you can have a long suffering, you got to get into something, right? So you got to get into this thing so you can have endurance, long suffering, longevity, and most are willing a long life. Back in Galatians chapter 5, verse 5, it says, "For we through Ruach for the Spirit for the hope of righteousness by belief. For in Yahushua HaMashiach neither circumcision avails anything nor uncircumcision, but belief in fervent love. We right back to the love vibe. It says, ye did run well, because this is a marathon. It says, who did hinder you that you should not obey the truth? So who did hinder you? It says, this persuasion comes not of him that calls you. So the Most High called you through his Son. And this persuasion to hinder you not to follow the truth did not come from the Hamashiach. It says, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. So just a little bit of lie, just a little bit of twist in it, it'll destroy the whole lump. A little bit of hate, a little bit of envy, a little bit of pride will destroy a whole nation. In verse 10, I have confidence in you through Yahuwah that you will be none otherwise minded. But he that troubles you should bear his judgment, whosoever he be. And brethren, if I yet preach circumcision, why do I yet suffer persecution? So he's like, man, look, I'm telling you, keep the Torah. So why is y'all trying to persecute me for expounding the things of the Mashiach? It says, then is the offense of the cross ceased? I would they were even cut off which trouble you. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. For all the Torah is understood in one word, even in this. And that's what we read in Matthew 22, right? Talking about love the Most High with everything you got. And the second is after that, love your brother. It say, you shall love your neighbor as yourself, but if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed of one another. This I say then, walk in the Ruach, and ye shall not fulfill lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Ruach, and the Ruach against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that they cannot do the thing that ye would. But if ye be led of the Ruach, ye are not under the Torah. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revilings, or revelings, and such like. So all of these attributes are contrary to the Ruach of the Most High, to the Spirit of the Most High. It says, of the which I tell you before, I have also told you in time past, that they which do these things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahuwah. So this is what you can't be doing these things and saying you love God. You can't be in the song talking about it's a hot girl summer, or you NBA young boy, and saying that you love God. It says, but the fruit of the Ruach is joy, peace, and this is what we were speaking about today: long suffering, gentleness, goodness, belief, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law put in place.
No law. So I'm gonna bear with you, right? A lot of people ready to just cut people off, like the scripture, because you know the scriptures teach us that this man do this, all right, you give him 7 times 7 and whatnot. If you do this, mark it. We so quick to do that without the long suffering, though. You see what I'm saying? Suffer along with your brother, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you'll get the gist of it, like, he doing this intentionally. What if it's just a test for me? I got to overcome this test. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, you know, this is happening for a reason.
Yes.
You feel me? Like, I don't want to give credential to that, but I give credential to a job. Man, they keep taking me through this over and over. You alone suffer with this, but you won't alone suffer with that.
Most of the time, the things that we can't deal with each other about ain't even really no violations or nothing. Ain't nobody stole nothing. Ain't nobody put their hands on you. You know what I'm saying? It just be
Ain't nobody slept with your wife.
Ain't nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody did none of that. But it just be really like I like it. We really just don't like each other.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He kind of quirky. He kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? And then it be like you can't even build with this brother because you got a free notion. Sometimes it be, you know, coming into the truth. It's like, and it's even like this in church, really. It's always that kind of compare and contrast, right? The prejudice. It's a prejudice because it might be somebody doing more righteous than you, and you know you should be doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you don't like him because of that. You like, man, he's Shabbat. Who do you think he is?
Think he's better than me?
You think he's better than me?
Well,
Niggas dreads falling out. Think he better than me?
You feel me? But whose fault is that? But you know, marriages have been in shambles because you know somebody found the truth, and now they think better than me. She thinks she all that. You know what I'm saying? She thinks she all that just because she knows them scripts, or just because she in that book. They drunk the Kool. I done heard it all. Drunk the Kool-Aid. You see what I'm saying?
It was some good Kool-Aid.
Some good Kool-Aid.
Sugar to perfection.
You hear me? So it's like instead of having that mentality that, you know, really what you should be doing is saying, well, if they could do it, I know I could eventually get there. Let me get next to you. All right, man, how you doing? I like how you doing like that. I like the way y'all. They like the way y'all. You know, how you fast like that? Dang, you on your 7th day? How can I work my way up to that?
You get that money? How you get money? Like, show me, like,
you ain't gonna try?
It's legal money?
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is okay. Like, this is okay. So, I would love it. Like, you gotta kill the ego and the image. You gotta kill it before it kills us. You see what I'm saying? Because it's killing. It's killing.
Because everything that's contrary to the Ruach, we feed into that. So, you know, adultery, fornication, uncleanness, the viciousness, idolatry. I mean, this is everything that we pumping into via the stupid tool and via the music. This is what we pump into our brains 24/7.
And like the little 11, like R&B, it's 11. Don't get me wrong. This music sounds good, but the things being talked about in it, like, come on, bro, you not hearing this?
Yeah, it's just
like
it's over smooth.
And we accept, like when we got our own people talking about, I fucked your wife. Oh, and brag about it. No, don't act like y'all don't know. Tupac was talking about he fucked Biggie wife. We celebrated that type of stuff in these Babylon streets.
Yes, sir.
The punishment for that is death. That's the punishment for it, is death. But we celebrate this like this okay. Now, if a nigga sleep with your wife, you ain't gonna even be feeling like that. You gonna want to kill this, her and him. But we can celebrate this because he said, come on, bro, these Babylon streets real. This is real out here. And we got to save them from it. The Most High saved us, got us up out them streets. We gotta get our brothers and sisters. That is not a prolific way to live life. That's not profound. Like, there's nothing good about it. I'm supposed to be able to leave my wife around all the brothers. And back now, your job is to protect until I get back.
Sure.
That is love.
And that's what it should be when you turn into this. I'm gonna hit this the last verse I got for you. But speaking of what you said, Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. chapter 20 of chapter 5 of Isaiah at verse 20. It says, y'all ready? It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. You go on. I'm gonna stop right there because it's been a flip. It's been a flipping. So now you gotta be careful because they call evil good and good evil. They call, you'll see somebody come through with a rainbow symbol on and take your head. But the rainbow is a good thing from the inside promise, a covenant. But now it's been turned into something evil. So now we're saying, you'll never catch me in that. I might just take the rainbow back. What y'all gonna say about that? You know, just say, you know, Beyonce just come out with a new album. Oh, that's a good album, but it's all order. It's all just wickedness. You see what I'm saying? So now we call things that are good evil, but we call things that are evil good and call things that are good evil. So we just gotta be careful. And that's when we gotta go back to the foundation and say, look, what's right, what's wrong?
To the base.
Back to the basics. Basic
Back
instruction
to the
before
basics.
leaving Earth. That's what BIPLE is. Basic instruction before leaving Earth. Because you thought shrimp scampi was food, but it's not on the menu. You see what I'm saying? And like once you get that understanding, like, dang, okay, I can ingest some shrimp, I can ingest frog legs, but that's not food. The food is a clean animal.
We thought that sleeping with multiple women was a badge of honor. That is not on the menu.
It's not on the
Not on the menu.
Prostitute daughters of Zion is not on the menu. And we got daughters, we mothers, grandmas, aunties. Come on, man. It's accountability. At some point, we have to be accountable for the collective, not just the personal, also the collective. You see what I'm saying? She ain't getting paid today. You know why? Because I ain't finna go to the club and throw nothing. That's my sister. She need another profession. We have to love each other. Loving her ain't going to the club and throw money at her so she can pay her bills. Get your ass off that pole. You see what I'm saying? Get off the pole. Come on, like you feel me? Like it's our job. The Most High say He not gonna charge them for their whoredoms. He gonna charge us for their whoredoms. Why? Because we're responsible for them. We the heads.
But you know,
If we stop throwing the money, guess who ain't getting paid?
the appetite got to change.
Come on, gotta change the mind.
Because it's an appetite for disdain. Really what it is it's a I love to go against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And don't know what speak on, but that's what it is when you're rebellious against the Most High. So you know the appetite got to change. Like you said, hey, look, this how you get your LLCs, bro. I'm going out here. You see what I'm saying? But like, we don't want that. We want the recognition, and we want the infamy of the street life. That's what it is. That's it. We create by ourselves. It be the cats that got the most best upbringing. You know, that's able to front the hardest. And then they get out here and you ain't even been living that life. You know what I'm saying? But you leading all these people astray, and they're gonna get it.
To all the brothers out there, know this. This is the truth. We was not made for the streets. I don't care how we live it, what we did when we was out there, none of that. We weren't made for that. That's not our way of life. We ain't Italian, we ain't mafia, we ain't cartel, we ain't none of that. We tribal. Get back to your original nature. We community. Love each other. You gotta be hard. You gotta go out there and kill somebody to prove that you a protector. You have plenty. We got an opportunity to prove it. They're killing us everywhere we go. We ain't not there doing a damn thing.
Sure.
We ain't doing nothing. Where we go, they killing us. You see what I'm saying? Like, let me get back to the heart of this. You gotta protect our people. That starts with like not being ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Self-destruction is not like it's self-destruction. Love your brothers. You can't love the Most High if you don't love your brother. You can't love God. You're not getting to the gates if you don't love your brother. You feel me? If you don't love your sister, I don't care what you do, how you do it, how much kingdom work you talking about you putting in. Said with people on the left and people on the right. These people did it to their brothers and sisters. It was accounted to doing it to the Father. So you can't get around it. I don't care how you look at it, you're not getting around it. You have to love each other. You have to do it. By doing that, you say this. By them doing this, this is how you know my disciples who follow me. That they love each other. You ain't getting around. You can go through this book 1,000,000,001 times. It don't matter if you don't love the person that's right there with you. It don't matter. All right. And with that, I'm done.
I got one more for y'all to read.
All right.
You ain't gotta read all of it because it's a long one, but just a few verses. Hebrews 11. Talking about our good brothers and sisters in faith who kept the faith during their long suffering.
Oh, that's good.
All right. Starting at verse 1 up.
Yeah.
All right. And it says, now belief is the substance. It might say faith in yours. Now belief or faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, for by it the elders obtain a good report. Through belief, we understand that the world was framed by the word of Yahuwah, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. So that's kind of goes back to what we started with, right? It's a spiritual side of everything, it's a fleshly side of everything, and we are in a physical vessel, but we are a spiritual being having to do physical and spiritual things. If I say something to my brother, that's physical, but it might touch his spirit, and it can be him one way or another.
When he speaks, words are not visible,
But they're
but
real.
very much ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It says, by belief, Abel offered unto Yahuwah a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, Yahuwah testifying of his gifts, and by it being dead, it speaks. By belief, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because Yahuwah has translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased Yah. But without belief, it is impossible to please him. So like they was keeping the Torah in the old times by just doing the physical things. But they didn't have no remorse on them. They didn't feel bad. You get in a fight with somebody and mess them up, all you have to do is hang them for their wages. But did you feel some type of way about that though? I got the bread. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here Joe Jackson. And say, but without belief, it is impossible to please him. For he that comes to Yahuwah must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
That's what I was trying to explain it to the people earlier. Like without the faith, don't know that you might not even do nothing. Don't even do nothing. It's gonna be done in vain. You don't believe it? Don't even do it.
And it go into long suffering because, you know, all of these people have to go through suffering. And their names is recorded here, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is only the VIP get put in this book. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the wall of fame right here. It say, by belief, Noah being warned of Elohim of those things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by belief.
That's good.
So all praises. So I want to really look at Noah, because in Noah's time, I'm talking about nobody believed him.
He was a drunk.
He was a drunk. He was whatever you want to call it, crazy. You building a what? Man, we out here getting it in, dog.
It ain't rained in 500 years.
Which is not best life. Ain't even know it rained more, but
Yeah, rain.
It's going up.
Water from the sky. Trip.
It's going
you
up.
crazy.
What you tripping on?
Yeah.
To Amsterdam.
Give me some of that wine.
And then even when it started raining, it ain't gonna be that. Right? They like, yeah, what? Okay, it can rain. But ain't that how they try to do you as an Israelite?
Mm-hmm.
You be sitting there prophesying, the prophecy comes straight to pass. They were like, okay. It happened. Something
Coincidence.
coincidence. After coincidence, after coincidence, after coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I yield, and I say, you know, Most High be with y'all while y'all out there on your everyday grind, journey. Just, you know, Most High willing, something that was said is edifying, something pierce your soul to just pick it up and dig on it, right? Like he said, you could Google this stuff, man. You know, you got to pick it up for yourself and really dig, and you know, it come with prayer and it come with spiritual growth and development. But you gotta do that on your own, right? We can't give you that, but all we can give you is a message. That's all we're here to do is give you the message. So,
And they call this day, what they call it in the world, the age of Aquarius, the age of information. You feel me? But the book of Daniel speak about that. In the last days, knowledge shall be increased.
Yup.
You see what I'm saying? You can accidentally bump into the truth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now, it's up to you whether you're going to accept it or not. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you. But this information is going to, it's like a wildfire. It's spread. You see what I'm saying? It's just spread. Like, man, I'm praying for all the nations, all the tribes of Yasharel around four corners of the earth. We're going to pray for our enemies. We're going to pray for the Gentile nations. The Most High will be done in all of our lives. We're not praying that he changed, but that he fulfilled. Whatever's written have to be fulfilled.
Because a brother did ask, he said something along the lines of, is it a good thing that Babylon is falling? You know what I'm saying? He said, why? I don't think we got to that point, but it's good because it's a fulfillment of prophecy. That's why it's good. It's good because it's fulfillment of prophecy, because that shows you that the Most High word will not go in vain. And it also means your deliverance is near. So
Anybody back there got a question?
anybody got a hallelujah shout?
Hallelujah. 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 I think everybody should go back to the Eclipse City, how and then compare that to the recent and in the scripture.
Mm-hmm.
The judgments of the Most High is still in the earth, and it's going to be like it was in the days when he delivered us from Egypt. For more plagues. It's time to deliver the people up. Let them go, man. Look, Gentiles, y'all out there, let us go. It'll be easy on y'all if y'all let us go.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be rebellious. How we was, if he punished us and we his children, don't stand a chance. And he's showing that in the earth. So let us go. Please. Y'all own safety.
Yes, bro. Y'all deporting everybody but the niggas. Let us go. Let the niggas go. All right, we got.
You should stitch that.
All right, we got a praise and worship song at the end. Asaph and Liv. What's the title of this thing? We will wait, or we wait on you. Adding words to their title. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Shabbat shalom.
God, we come before you with obedient worship. We count on you, in you we put our trust.
You said in your word that when we turn with our whole hearts, you come and rescue us. God, we come before you with obedient worship.
We count on you.
We count on you.
Hallelujah.
We put our trust.
You said in your word,
That when we turn
with our whole hearts,
with our whole hearts, you come and rescue us. We wait on you. Nowhere to help we know. We wait on you. Here's the patience of the coach. We wait on you. No other help we know. We wait on you. Here's the patience of the coach.
yeah, we have faith in Yahushua's word. Thank you for sending a son for a son.
He taught us to keep your commands. You put them in our hearts. Now the battle can be won. You say we have faith in Yahushua's word.
Thank you for sending him for Yasharel.
Thank you for sending a son for a son.
He taught us,
He taught us
to keep our Father's commandments.
to keep your commands.
You put them in
You
the
put them in our
yes. Now the battle can be won.
We wait on you. We wait on you. Nowhere to help we know. Another help we know. We wait on you. We're enduring the patience of the coach. Hallelujah. We wait on you. No other help we know. Can't do nothing without you. Here is the patience. Here's the patience of the coach.
Revelation 14:12 tells us what the enduring, patient Kodesh ones will be doing in the last days.
We're getting ready. It's almost time. We see the clouds gathering.
Come on, Yasharel, remember Egypt, remember Jericho.
We're getting ready. It's almost time. We see the clouds gathering.
We keep God's commandments in the faith in Hamashiach.
We're getting ready. From the north to the south, east and west, we see the clouds gathering.
That's twofold. The cloud of witnesses, and he makes the clouds his chariots.
We're getting ready. It's almost time. It's almost time. We see the clouds gathering. Here's our vision. God, we wait on you. Keeping the commands with the faith and love. We wait on you.
Keep on enduring, family. We got a little more time to go.
We wait on you. Can you see the clouds gathering? We see the clouds gathering.
Can you see it?
Here's the patience of the coach.